Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification so you are notified of when we upload new video content, which is always going to be on a regular basis. Be on the first to view, first to like, first to comment, first to share, and all that good stuff there. Alright, so this is a review or a reaction on DigDat. I don't know if it's a mixtape or an album, but it's a project anyway, and it's called 8th. And let's just get straight into it. The link to the mixtape or the project is in the description box below, so make sure you go check that out. And so yeah, it's a very interesting artwork. You know, it's like there's a toddler version of him, or a toddler, and it sort of reminds me of Biggie's album. I can't, you know what? I'm not gonna say what album, but you know what album I'm talking about, right? And but anyway, there's like snakes around him, which is very interesting. Very interesting. So that tells a lot. And right, man's been a pair of Nikes as well. And yeah, the way the 8th is designed is the G is like an 8. You people need to stop doing these things, you know. But yeah, but then again, that's creative, so I allow you. It's creative. It's creative. But let's get into the artwork. I mean, to the album or the mixtape or whatever it's called. So there's basically 13 tracks. So you got the intro, then you got H and Mitch featuring Buki. Then you got 8th featuring H. I'll get into that later. And then you got PCX featuring Heady 1. Then My Nigga, 8 Style 2. Then there's 6ix9ine featuring K Trap. Then there's Untitled featuring Frosty. Then there's 100 Shots featuring Snap Capone. This brother's got Snap Capone and K Trap on this project. Come on. You know what you're in for. You know what you're in for when you've got both Snap Capone and K Trap on this project. You know what you're in for. But anyway, let's get back into the track listing. Then you got Stainless Steel featuring T Grizzly. Then there's Water. Then there's New Dior featuring D Block Europe. And then there's No Auto. You know what I'm looking at that, right? I mean, that No Auto after a song featured D Block Europe or tune. But anyway, that's no disrespect to D Block Europe because they're doing their thing. Because if you can be creative with the auto tune, which they've been doing, then cool, do your thing, innit? But if you want to check out my review on their mixtapes from 2019, go ahead and do that. I think there was Street Trauma, PTSD, and Home Alone. So go check that out. Go check that out. Alright, so let me give the ratings first. I'm going to give it like a 9 out of 10. The songs that I did like was 8th featuring H. I feel like with H, he knows how to actually be a featured artist. I know it sounds mad, like obviously you're an artist, but there's some artists that don't know how to truly feature on the rhythm. But he gels well when he's on a feature. It's crazy. Like, I genuinely feel like he's features more than his solo work at the moment. Genuinely, I don't know what it is. Sometimes he work better. It's like sometimes, correct me if I'm wrong, sometimes there's situations where you can work better in a team, or you can work better as an individual, or both. But to me, 8th seems like the guy that he seems to be able to work better in a team. Whether it's 2 people, 1 person team, yeah, 2 people, him and someone else, or a group in a sense. So yeah, I like that song. I think I got a video for that if I remember. And then I also like 6ix9ine. I like that song, and I like 100 Shots. And yeah, I mean, it's a pretty decent project. It's a decent project. I definitely would say to go, listen to that. Like I said, the link is in the description box below. But as usual, if you are familiar with my reviews and my reactions, I pick up 1 or 2 tracks and I do what I do, innit? I do what I do. Oh, and I was gonna say it's obvious that certain influence, but I'm not gonna even mention that person's name, because that's sort of giving them free promo. And yeah, but I don't. Yeah, we won't get into that. So I will just talk about the track, Water. But before I get into that, there was something I wanted to talk about. I forgot which one was it. It doesn't even matter. I forgot what I was gonna say. Yeah, Water. The reason why I'm gonna talk about Water, because I'm pretty sure you've heard of Bruce Lee, and one of his infamous quotes, I can't remember it fully, so you can leave it in the comment section below if you know the full quote, where he mentions something along the line about you gotta flow like water, you gotta be like water, my friend. And that's essentially what you got to do in your life and your career and whatever, especially when it comes to relationships and dating and stuff like that. You have to be like water. You have to flow. But to be able to flow, you also have to know your nature. Because water is nature, right? So you have to understand your nature. Let's say you're a man watching this. You have to understand your nature as a man. And you have to understand the nature of a woman if you're a woman watching this. And you got to understand the nature of how dating and relationships actually work. Instead of, moving on a basis of where it's just autopilot, but you're moving on the wrong sort of settings. Because that's what happens. You move on the wrong settings, and what tends to happen, just like the artwork on DigDat's project, you tend to attract snakes around you. It's just how it is. So what I recommend that you do is you click the link in the description box below where it says become a member of the Ei8ht Beauty and Trust. Once you do that, you get access to online courses such as roles and relationships. That's where you're going to learn exactly how to be a pure thoroughbred alpha male. And if you're a woman watching this, you'll learn how to develop yourself to become a pure feminine woman. And on top of that, you'll learn exactly how dating and relationships actually work. So you're able to actually flow like water when it comes to these situations. All right. So if you've got any questions or any topics you'd like for us to discuss, or any reviews you want me to do, then go ahead, leave that in the comment section below. And remember, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification, because you never know, the video you suggest might just be next.